Hiya, I hope you're good. Yes, it's been such a long time since my last update. I think I was 11 weeks last time, so it's been a very, very long time. And apologies, because I know a couple of people have kind of asked how things are going. Everything is going really well. It's just been extremely hectic, personal life, work life. And it was a bit of a struggle. I kept trying to film and it never quite happened. So Christmas is out of the way, New Year's, back to normality, and I do work every day during the week, but I am working one day from home, hopefully every week from now on until I start my maternity leave. So I'm working from home, taking a little bit of time in order to film without kids, without anyone in the house. So yeah, nice bright living room setting, which I hopefully is a bit better. So right now I am, I'll need to check. This is third baby problems. Second as well, I think I was a bit like this. I literally don't know exactly how far along I am. I remember with my first, I knew exactly how many weeks, how many days. So I am 25 weeks and 5 days today, 25 weeks and 5 days. So nearly 26 weeks. Oh, wow, that's flown by. So yeah, at the moment, in week 26, it says baby's weight is 760 grams. So I think that's just over £2, £2.5. Length of 36 centimetres. And I've still got my due date down as the 21st of April, so not too long to go. However, the medical profession have my due date down as the 16th. After my last update, I had a scan at 13 weeks exactly, which for me was just over 12 weeks, but they actually measured the baby on the dating scan at 13 weeks. Everything went, I'm just looking at my notes, everything went really well with the scan. I was really nervous because a couple of weeks before that I'd had a private scan and it had shown some patches of bleeding around the baby that had all disappeared. She said that she couldn't find any evidence of that, and everything looked really good. I got the measurements for the baby at that point as well, and everything was measuring right on the 50th percentile, right in the centre. I then, after that, saw my midwife at 16 weeks, and they do a growth chart for your baby, and if you've had previous children, it's plotted against your previous children's percentiles, I think, and your body weight, not quite sure, but it's a personalised chart, she said. And my first baby was on the 20th percentile and my second was on the 70th percentile, so I've got quite a wide range that's normal for me, but yeah, this one's measuring like slap bang in the middle, so going really well. My symptoms continued after the last update, just no motivation, feeling sick. I've also all along, and I'm not sure if I'd mentioned this, but I've had like the letdown feeling in my boobs every now and then. It's quite strong, and I've noticed now that it actually coincides with when the baby's moving, which is quite sweet. So that's obviously just things getting ready for breastfeeding and stuff. I did have, I remember at around the 13-week mark, I got really bad headaches, which I didn't have in my previous two pregnancies and my previous two children, and they were really, really bad, like migraine status kind of thing. I had to like lie down in a darkened room and I couldn't take my kids to bed. I was like, Jamie, you're gonna have to do everything. So that was really new for me. I did a bit of research and I read that as the placenta is taking over producing hormones or something, it can cause headaches. So I'm assuming that's what was happening around the 13-week mark. So yeah, that was a bit new. I think I resorted on one of the nights to taking one paracetamol. I allowed myself to have, and that, I think that knocked the edge off it a little bit. Then after that, it was just movements. I'd felt like very slight movements, but I was getting a bit concerned as it got to sort of 13, 14 weeks, because I remember with my two boys, I'd had quite obvious flutters and movements by that stage, and I'd stopped using my Doppler completely and just forgotten about it because I could feel stuff happening. And this time around, it wasn't happening. I later learned at my 20-week scan that I have an anterior placenta, which means it's on the front here, so that kind of dulls movements. But at the time it was kind of like, ooh, I think I might have learned that at my 13-week scan actually. But so yeah, I was a bit concerned about, well, not concerned, but I just carried on using my Doppler every few days to feel, to listen to the heartbeat, just to reassure me. And it took until 17 weeks before I actually started to feel proper movements. And even then it was only every other day. Now that I'm 25 weeks, 26 weeks, I can feel the baby a lot. So really, really pleased with that. We've chosen not to find out the gender. We're going to wait and see. My symptoms are different from my first 2 boys' pregnancies. I've experienced quite a few different symptoms during this pregnancy, so it's all very new in some respects. And it does make me wonder, like, could it be a different gender? But then at the same time, my diet has changed quite a bit. I'm older, so my own hormone balance might have changed. But the differences at the moment are, I've got very, very small boobs, but they've definitely got bigger this pregnancy. And like I said, I've had the letdown feeling, which I don't remember in previous ones, but that could be due to, you know, this is my 5th pregnancy, 3rd baby, so they could kind of know what they're doing. And I've also got like hardly any hair on my body. Even my eyebrows are finding it difficult to grow at the moment, but I can literally shave my legs every couple of weeks and there's hardly anything there. Also on my belly with my 2 boys, I had what's it called, like a fluffy fuzz on my belly of hair, and then a slight line here that was darkened, very slight. But this time I've got it, you know, to a small extent, but nowhere near what it was like with the boys. So there's definitely a change in hormones and things like that that's going on. So we'll see. Don't really mind what we have, in all honesty. Would be lovely to have a girl, but would be absolutely fantastic to have like 3 boys. How cool would that be to say? So, and you know, once going through this journey, it's just made me appreciate just getting to have this experience again. So, you know, the main thing is healthy baby at the end of it, which I'm always, you know, if I don't feel movement straight away, I'm like, oh gosh, something's happened. I still can't quite believe that I'm getting to have my 3rd little one and do it all again. So really happy days. What else is there to update on? Yes, I've got my 28-week appointment with my midwife in a couple of weeks, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's when they start measuring the belly and checking everything. And they'll probably want to talk maybe a bit more about my home birth. So I had a home birth with my previous 2 sons. One was born in water, one was laboured in water, but born on the sofa in the end. And I'm planning on having a home birth with this one. So really excited to kind of experience that again. My previous 2 births weren't perfect by all means, but I don't think they ever are. With my first, I ended up with an infection and I ended up in hospital after a few days to get treated for that. And then, well, and I also had, what's it called? A hemorrhage? Did I? A hematoma. I also had a hematoma, which was really painful. And straight after the birth, I didn't ask her and she didn't ask me to check down there. Otherwise they might have realised, because it ended up that I had a huge black and blue bruise and really quite bad, well not bad, but a hematoma, which took about 3 or 4 weeks before the pressure went away, and it wasn't pleasant anyway. So, you know, not perfect. And then with my 2nd little boy, he was nearly 2 pounds bigger than the first, and his birth took about a few hours longer, and I was pushing for a lot longer, and I wasn't progressing, and in the end I had to go on the sofa. They had to move some cervix out the way and pop is the only way I can describe it, with a knitting needle, my waters, and then he literally came out within a couple of pushes. But Whew, that was hard. He was quite a bit bigger, so we'll see what this next one brings, but I'm looking forward to discussing it with the midwife and start making plans for that, really. Oh, I'll show scans. So this is from my 13-week scan, where I was putting myself at just over 12 weeks. It's not the best picture. And then on my next scan, which they had me down as, I think 18 weeks and 6 days, but I was classing myself as 18 weeks basically. Yeah, I'll show you the picture. This is a really cute picture. I think the detail is, oh, so cute. But with this one, I was so nervous because, like I say, I hadn't really been feeling proper, consistent movements. So I was very anxious, and I didn't quite realise how anxious I was until I walked into the room and she asked me to just confirm my name and date of birth, and I broke down in tears, and I couldn't stop crying for a while to even speak. But everything was fine. But yeah, I was just so nervous about that one. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. We are going for a 4D scan on the weekend, which is in a few days' time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the baby again. I had a look online and they said the best time for a 4D scan, and they're going to be doing a video as well, is 26, 27 weeks. So we fit that profile perfectly, and we're taking our 2 boys along so that they can have a look and meet their baby brother or sister. Great. I will do some measurements or show you my belly, I guess. So this is, just show you without. This is belly at 25 weeks. Love these bits here. They just get worse because I'm quite skinny, and then I just seem to get like a round thing here. It's not the most attractive. And then belly from the side. Let's see what we're measuring. It's definitely going to be bigger than the 32 that I was at 11 weeks, I'm assuming. Yeah, we're just about hitting 35 now, so not massively bigger in all honesty, but he or she is coming on nicely. I've done well. I haven't bought many maternity clothes. I hate spending money on clothes and stuff. So I've just bought a jacket in the sale, which I just got a few sizes too big. I've bought a really nice proper maternity dress for work and some maternity trousers for work, and that's it. I'm just wearing generally my normal clothes, but with leggings, just putting them under the bump and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get by without having to invest too much money into maternity stuff. I will do a separate video on some of the things that I've bought for baby already. And if there's anything else specifically that anyone else is interested in, then please let me know. I'm really going to try and commit myself to updating on a nearly weekly basis if I can. As I say, I've got a little bit of time to myself now, hopefully, most weeks. So, okay, everyone's okay, and take care. Cheers. Bye.